Hi, Bansaw Crown Music here. Welcome back to our fourth installment to our riser effect that we're making. I think we're almost there. There's going to be this video and perhaps one more, and then I think it'll be finished. Okay, so in this part we're going to add a white noise riser to the preset. Okay, we're going to first start by adding a new oscillator. Let's take the filter all the way down so the saw wave actually doesn't sound. We're going to increase the pan, add a few voices. Change the noise to noise stereo 100%. And now we're going to add a reverb and delay effect to the send effects rack. And include them in the oscillator. Take the reverb up to about 90% and the delay to about 80%. We're going to bury the white noise in the reverb. Let's rename this oscillator noise. And we're going to create a new amp envelope for this oscillator. Make it less velocity sensitive. Give it a nice long attack. And a slow release as well. And we're going to add a special filter for this one. Take it to filter 2. And take it all the way down. A bit of resonance. And change the filter type to a special chroma filter. Just increase the noise to 100%. Take the dial down. And we're going to give it its own FX rack as well, FX2. Going to give it a VMS expander, just to make the noise a bit wider. I like to add a little bit of multi-band distortion on it as well. Especially in the upper mids and the highs. So take the lows right down, scooch that in a bit. Just increase it on the highs. A bit of distortion. Just makes it come through the mix a little bit more. Let's give it its own pitch envelope. Because the first pitch one wasn't standard. Just make it a regular pitch envelope. And now we're going to start to modulate the noise so that it rises as time goes on. Let's go to the mod env tab and create a new mod envelope. Mod envelope 2. And then stretch the envelope out to about 8 bars. Take the speed down to 1/4 so that it really is 8 bars length. I'm going to give the envelope a bit of a faster attack. Double click to add a point. Let's reintroduce that faster attack. And we're going to tie this to the filter. We're going to modulate the filter. So over the course of 8 bars, the filter 2 cutoff is going to go up. That modulates the comb filter. At the same time, we're going to use the same envelope to modulate the noise rate. Just making sure the noise rate is resetted before we do that. Then taking the noise rate up from 0 to 100%. And then adding another envelope. Again, 8 bars in length. Again, taking the speed down to 1/4. Adjusting the envelope points here. And we're going to tie this envelope to a step sequencer. I'm going to add a new step sequencer first, taking it down to 32 triplet, so that sounds a bit faster. And then lowering the volume mix to 0. So we don't hear the step sequencer initially. Tying it now to step sequencer 3. So the noise is tied to that step sequencer. But we won't hear it till about the 6th bar. We won't hear that effect. So I want to automate the volume mix up to around about 100%. So by the 8th bar we should have the step sequencer volume mixed in to a certain degree. Okay, we'll come back to this regarding the trigger, but let's add the 3rd mod envelope for this oscillator. Just mod envelope 4 again over the course of 8 bars. I want to do something. I'm going to automate the volume just to make sure it isn't too loud when it stops at the 8th bar. Again, taking the speed down to 1/4. Just making a slight adjustment to mod envelope 3. Just making sure that the step sequencer comes in full force at the end. And now we're going to tie the noise to an ARP. And the reason why we do this is because we don't want the noise to be triggered until the 8th bar of the riser. So how do we do that? Okay, make it so that each of these notes represents 1 bar. Now let's get rid of the first 8 bars. That's where we want it to be silent. And for the rest of the 8 bars we just want 1 long note to fill the 8 bars. And now we need to go back to the mod envelopes to make sure that ARP note triggers each envelope. And so we change the trigger to the noise oscillator. And let's do this for each one that concerns the noise. So mod envelope 2, 3 and 4, we change it to the 2nd oscillator. That triggers the envelope when that note comes in the ARP. And now it sounds like this. Okay, that's about it for this part 4. This preset as it is now is available for a free download, link in the description. I think part 5 should be the final part, so tune in for that soon. Until then, stay well.